Hello, lovely. Oh, man, here I am trying to start on a good foot and I put both my feet straight into my mouth. Let me start again. Hello, lovely Libras. That's better. How you going? I hope the season hasn't made you too crazy. I hope you are enjoying your December, and I hope that you are making the most of the end of the decade. You are starting off bright and sparkly. No messing around with you. Can somebody just let me know if they find my words? I seem to have lost them. Anyway, what I'm doing is starting off with a card, or in your case, 2 scales, from the Elke deck, Oracle deck. It's Elke, stands for She Who, and I love it. So let's see who She Who pulled out for you. Oh, okay. This is really interesting. This is right. The first card that came up is Valencia. She who stands, resolute, implacable, and determined. Very, very certain. And the other one is She who avenges, nemesis, revenge, outcomes, and justice. And I think if you put those two together, they form a pretty clear picture of Libra. So I'm not encouraging revenge, but do look towards your scales and your fairness. However, I just got this feeling that this is you. This is your energy. After all, you are the scales. You are 2 sides. So it stands to reason that you got that. Anyway, good start. Nice start. Strong. You are feeling in your power. That's really nice. I'm really happy for you. I love it when people are in their strengths. Anyway, let's move on. So, what's your current energy? What's the current energy for Libra? Ace of Wands. Brand, passionate, new start. Fresh ideas. New... you've got your fire back. You've got a fire in your belly. And your intuition is on point. In this deck, there are cats. Ginger cats. Barney, please don't bark, darling. No barking. There are ginger cats in this deck. I love ginger cats. But yes, cats are for intuition, and this one is, you've got it. You've got your fire back. If you felt like you'd lost your passion and lost your fire and lost your zest for life, it's back. Welcome back. So, what's blocking you at the moment? I know this is a question most people don't want to ask, but, you know, I'm not most people. What's blocking you? What's blocking this? Seriously, this awesome energy. What is blocking you? Knowing you, overthinking, overanalyzing. However, let's wait and see, shall we? Are you going to give me anything? All right. This is what happens when my brain asks too many questions at once. They get confused. You've got sleepless nights about new beginnings. You've got the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So that's, I mean, you've got two aces straight out the bat. And I think what's blocking you is the sleepless nights about this beginning. And I get the feeling that this flame you've found again is scaring you because you don't want to get hurt. I was watching a lady called Brene Brown. If you haven't watched her, get hold of it. Her TED Talks on YouTube. And she was talking about this exact situation. She was talking how we as people, especially in Western society, are trying more and more to numb what we consider negative or painful emotions. And this is the short version, and she's also discovered that by doing that you are blocking the good emotions. And there's a long story behind why we do this, and a lot of it comes down to the messages we receive, even on a subliminal level, through the media and science and education and what people around us talk about and all of that. And how we've become just as afraid of happiness as we have of sadness, because if we feel excited or happy or that in love or whatever it is, more and more our brains are clicking straight into what if something bad happens? What if I get hurt again? What if it doesn't work? And so I think you've got this, but instantly you're having sleepless nights and you're pouring water on it. And the Ace of Cups is usually a beautiful, it's one of the most beautiful aces, abundance and everything. But in this deck, I noticed that it's under the full moon, and the moon represents things that are hidden from you or in your subconscious that you're not aware of yet. So bear that in mind. Geez, deep, straight into it. Okay, so what's happened in the recent past? Now we're on to it. Judgment. Something has been delivered to you that you wanted, and now you're questioning it. So straight away, in your conscious mind, it's the Star. Now this is a wish come true. So you've asked for this. Whatever this passionate new start is, you've asked for it. And Judgment came down and said, yes, you're ready and you deserve this, and we are fully in support of you and your vision and your path. Consciously you've gone, yay, my wishes are all coming true, yay, finally. Subconsciously, let's just double check, but I'm pretty sure what's going in your subconscious, what aren't you aware of? Maybe not even subconsciously. Maybe you are well aware of your fears because of these sleepless nights and trying to dull down the excitement or thrill you might face. Okay, what aren't we aware of? What isn't Libra aware of just yet? Okay, what do they know? What are they hiding? Whatever it is, it's well buried. the Six of Wands. This is a victory card. The Six of Wands is a victory, and it usually portrays a soldier on a horse riding through the village being lauded for their victory. Whereas in this deck, it's a victory of a relationship. But if you look at this card, it's really interesting. This is saying an awful lot, sorry, in one card. In this card, I'll hold it up for the camera in a minute. Her head is cloaked and she's looking down in a very contemplative way. Their hands are bound as if they've been married in a previous moment. He looks very happy looking at her. And he's holding the cat, but the cat's looking over his shoulder to the back, to the people behind him. So to me, it's very, very buried that there, look at this, different colour robe, but in the Nine of Swords, it's a hooded cloak. And in this card, she's wearing a hooded cloak. And I think subconsciously you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to wear a gown or a protective robe of some kind, even if it's only, energetic, to keep you covered. I mean, she's fully covered from head to toe. She's not alone. But I think this is a combination of both these. It's the fear and the passion. It's the fear and the self-protection of the what if it all turns to shit? What if it isn't really my wish come true? And the joy of what you've achieved and the direction you're moving and your victory, because ultimately this is a card of victory. It's you poor buggers, you're so torn. I'm going to keep going because I hope the passion comes back out and we put this noise to bed. So let's keep going. What do they need to be aware of? What does Libra need to be aware of? What do they need to be aware of? Keeping too much to yourselves. Four of Pentacles. Standard deck is hanging on to things too tightly. So whether this is your fears or your foundation, because Pentacles is very grounded energy. It can be work, money, home, things that are tangible, the way things are at the moment, your security, your comfort zone. You're hanging on to this too tight. And I notice in this card that she is hanging on to it on her own. She's meditative, which is usually the Four of Swords, but she's still bound. She's still tied up. and the noise is still there, and she's not sharing with anybody. So I think what you need to know is that to feel like this is pretty normal. It's pretty normal to go through this stuff, especially when you've got big changes coming through. It's, especially when you get your wish, you think, fuck, sorry, well, now what? I've got to put a warning on this so that there's a swear word in here. I didn't expect to get what I wanted, and now it's here, and what do I do now? Because all I did was wish for it up until this point, and now I'm not quite sure what to do with it. So share that with someone close. Counsellor, co-worker, family member, someone that you can trust. All right, so what's the advice? What's the advice for Libra? Oh, thank you, darling. It's the 5 of Cups, 5 of Chalices. I love cards because in each deck they give you a different interpretation. Usually the 5 of Cups is crying over spilt milk, so to speak. There's usually 3 empty cups in the front and 2 full ones in the back, and the person is focusing on the spilt empty cups. This card is different. She's blowing out the candles herself, which is also saying I am tipping over the cups myself. I realise that the 3 that I've been hanging on to in front of me, and because they're cups, that's emotions and feelings and beliefs tied into those feelings and worth and all of that. She's blowing those out, and she realises that she doesn't need those anymore to light her way. She's got 2 perfectly beautiful ones, and in this particular card, the 2 candles behind her look a lot like the 2 of Wands, which is a decision on which path now. So that's beautiful. I quite like that. Hey, oh, goodness me. Here's some advice for you. The Moon and the 7 of Pentacles, which came out in reverse. And I don't usually read reversals, but you saw it. It flew out onto the table in reverse. So I'm going to read it like that. 7 of Pentacles is usually you've done the work and now you're being patient. You're waiting for things to come to fruition, to ripen. You've done that, obviously, way back here, in order to get the wish to come true, to move forward and be successful in your passion. I think this is career. Could be relationships, but I think it feels more solid than that. Moving house. Anyway, lots of fresh starts, whatever it is. And it's usually being patient, waiting for things to blossom and grow. When it's in reverse, it's telling me in this situation to stop waiting. Don't keep waiting, because at the moment, if you wait any longer, not only is the fruit ripe, if you keep waiting, it will fall off and rot. So don't wait. You've done it. You've watered it. You've grown it. And the card is the outcome card that came out with the 7 of Pentacles is the Moon. Now that talks about, obviously, things hidden, things you are not aware of yet. And in this situation, it's saying you don't have all the information. You don't have all the knowledge. You can't see all the good stuff that's in front of you. And we're not about to give you a written guarantee from Spirit to say, hey, we've got your back. It's up to you to believe in yourself that, you've got this. You've earned this. You deserve this. Beautiful, beautiful passion. I mean, there's your ripe fruit. It's there. It's all there. You've already got it. No more waiting. Move forward. Stop hanging on to fear and doubt and self-sabotage and all of that. Let the old beliefs go and light your own path, I just heard. All right. Is there anything else for Libra? Yes, you've got a decision to make. We know this. And what this is saying is, we get that you don't want to make it. But again, you're not trusting us. And Two of Swords is usually a head over heart decision and not wanting to make it. It's too hard. How do I choose? Well, in this situation, I'm seeing it as blind faith. And blind faith can be good sometimes not so good. But in this situation, I'm trying to put it up, go with blind faith. The universe is saying, we've got you. This isn't a decision that should be causing you so many sleepless nights. And I'm hearing this. You guys, whoever this is for, have done a truckload of work on yourselves this year, because they are saying to me, seriously, after all you've gone through and how well you've handled it, you're still questioning whether you can do this, or whether you're over expecting or too excited, or you're burning too bright and you running away with yourself. No. Surely by now you can, and sorry, this is what I'm hearing. Surely by now you realise what a winner you are, how successful you are, and how wonderful you are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be giving you these two major arcanas of Judgment and the Star and the Moon, in order for you to see that you're golden. Let it go. Goodness me. And because we come back to this, you've got it. You've got this is what to say. You've got this because you've got resolute, implacable and determined, which is saying stop doubting yourself and questioning it. Stay resolute, implacable and determined. You've got this. You can do this and you will be okay. You don't need to know all the outcomes. And the other side that you also have is outcomes and justice. Do you need any more information than that? I'm pretty sure that's pretty clear. And to me, that's a pretty good end to the year and to the decade, and it is a green light. Go ahead to romp on in to the new decade. And seriously, look, I didn't even realise, but at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Chariot. It's like, this is go forth. Go forth and prosper. My Libras, go forth and prosper. I love you guys. Love as always. Hugs. couple of extra hugs because it's the season. And as always, big kiss.